Yeah, so back at you again. Today we're going to talk about there's a law passed in Texas. I think it passed on September 1st. SB2794, other known as the three-strike law. And I don't know if they're going to bring it over into other states, but it could be a good thing because end of the day, listen, when you decided both party come together and try to have a child, you have to look on the future, and balance out what, things going to happen, learn off other people's mistake, stuff like that, and communicate properly. You don't want the law to dictate how you deal with your child, and the child never sent for itself, so you don't want to put that child in hard predicament where, because I see instances where the child have to choose to love one parent and hate the other, or what, vice versa. So hopefully it don't filter down in other state, but saying parents or people trying to become parent, just have a future view on parenting on your child and what to compromise on and stuff like that, and don't put the child in a bad predicament, all right, because they affect the child during his teen years. So let's do better, all right. Check this clip out. You can Google it and get more information, but check this clip out and have a good day. Catch you on the next one.
Let's talk about, kind of in that same vein, making sure that both parents are able to get their visitations in. There's also this new 3 strikes rule for parents, right, who are trying to block visitation.
Yes.
For people that don't understand how big a deal this is, I have law enforcement officers that can tell me what day of the month it is because of the calls they get from the non-custodial parents who show up to see their children and have doors slammed in their face, are told they're not here, I don't know where they are, you're not going to see them. And these are parents who are up to date on their child support. They have custody orders that say you are to see your child on this day. Some drive 3 and 4 hours to see their children, and they're refused.
My name is Robert Garza. I represent myself. Interference with child custody has been and always will be illegal. Violating a court order has been and always will be illegal. Accountability is coming, and with that change is SB 2794, the 3 strikes law.
And then when they call law enforcement and they show them the orders, they go, that's a civil matter. But the person just drove 3 or 4 hours for that one day that they get to see their children. What do they do then? They have to drive 3 or 4 hours back home without seeing their child. That civil matter does nothing. They already have court orders that say, I'm supposed to see my child. The time the children are with the custodial parent, it's the non-custodial parent coming to see them on their designated day, and they're being refused. It's men and women both, and it's disgusting that the children are being used as weapons for whatever happened at their divorce or their marriage.
You may remember that day a constituent of mine testified, and this happened to him repeatedly over and over and over again, and so many of the times that's exactly what happened.
The state and the courts should not be weaponized in a way to keep them out of your life.
Visitation.
Yes, and it's really important for kids to have access to both of their parents and for them to visit with both parents. But what this is doing now is it's done to address it dovetails in with the alienation issues. It's done to address when one parent withholds the child from the other parent.
Despite Texas Penal Code 25.03, interference with child custody being classified as a state jail felony right now, it's rarely enforced. In San Antonio, police receive 1,000 interference custody calls each month. Multiply that over 1,200 cities, and that's over 1 million calls. Police departments spend hundreds of thousands in county and city tax dollars having to hire more police every first, third, and fifth week to respond to these violations they cannot enforce because there's no consistent tracking of repeat offenders. The 3 strikes law fixes this problem. First offense, 500, second offense, 500, and the third offense, the state jail felony, what it is right now.
To all my dads who are constantly being withheld from your children by the mom, starting September 1st, there's a law that goes into effect, I think specifically designed for you, so listen up. And for those that don't know, I'm a Texas attorney, so anything that I discuss on this TikTok only applies to Texas. Starting September 1st, 2025, On the fourth time that you hold her in contempt, baby, she going straight to jail, okay? Do not pass go, do not collect $200, straight to jail. Not only is she going straight to jail, this is going to be considered a material and substantial change. And on that fourth time, the court is giving you double makeup time.
The parent, if they are found in contempt for doing that 3 times, that can now be used to potentially remove that parent as the custodial parent.
What applies, however, just it seems like the great state of Texas has finally had enough.
Therefore, it's a lot of responsibility, and then you don't want the commitment.
She's out now. I'm taking her.
No, I'm talking about in general.
Yes.
My name is Robert Garza. I represent myself. I'm a father, a grandfather, and I went through family court for about 15 years. I really don't say what county, what judge, because apparently it really doesn't matter. There's a lot of them that don't do their job. So mine's just another name, another county. I exhausted all of my resources and went through the family court system and ended up going to my state legislator to change the law when somebody uses false allegations in family court. My judge, over 43 plus judges, over 43 plus times, I was given protective orders, restraining orders, to not see my kids. Now, when a judge does this, they violate your 5th Amendment right for due process, your 14th Amendment right for care, custody, and control on a precaution. They're not supposed to be able to do that, but they do it on the best interest of the child or trying to protect the child, which I get. But every time we went back to court, I tried to get my time back. Every time they gave me my child back, and the judge never did. She just said, let's stay for final trial, let's just move forward. It took 10 years to get to final trial because I wanted justice. She didn't even rule on it. Waited over 100 days to rule, and when she did rule, she ruled on things that we didn't even plead for or opposing counsel. That's another problem with today's court. I think there should be something that they should rule on before, 7 days, 14 days, 30 days max. What did y'all have for lunch last Thursday? You don't know. How can a judge do that and have there be justice?
A father's importance in a child's life cannot be measured. It is written in the heart and felt in the soul. Remember, fathers are important too.
In general.
Yes.